Coach Chris with Critical Bench, and I'm here with Ashley Drummond, and Ashley's going to help me deliver a pretty cool message to you about a product that we wanted to make you aware of. Extremely simple fat loss. Our good friend John Rowley has come out with another amazing product. Old School New Body that we did a video on, that we have multiple videos on actually here on our channel, is an amazing product and will continue to be amazing for years to come, I'm sure. He's done it again with another very cool fat loss program, and I wanted to touch on just one of the many components that are in there because, as I was telling Ashley, it's an extremely comprehensive plan. There are multiple PDFs in his product. There's a main book, there's a workout guide, there's a supplement guide, there's a getting started guide. There's so many things that I could talk about, but I wanted to focus on habits. And when it comes to weight loss, to fat loss, to muscle gains, whatever it is that you're going for, we need to take a good look at what our habits are, what ones need to be eliminated, and what ones maybe need just to be modified. So I want to touch on four components, and then Ashley can kind of, let me know from a female's perspective, which probably is a little bit different than mine. The first thing would be to write them down. Write down what your current habits are that you think are preventing you from fat loss. Because most of us are pretty visual when it comes to learning and making changes. So if we can write them down and we see them in print, I think they go much further at allowing us to evaluate them and really do something to change them. A second would be when you write down all of the new habits that you want to create, you basically want to swap them, right? So if you're writing down old habits that you think are preventing you from getting to whatever your goal is, you substitute that with a new habit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, a lot of weight loss clients that I get, I tell them you never want to eliminate anything. If you go from eating one thing all the time, you don't necessarily want to just cut that out of your diet or you start to feel deprived. You just want to make healthier choices to substitute, so you're still getting something.
Sure.
So it's more of just transferring over, make a bad habit a little bit cleaner or more successful. So yeah, you just want to swap them out for something better.
Right. A replacement, like a compromise, but it's a healthier alternative. So if you're just a real big bread person in the morning with your eggs, then maybe you can substitute like oatmeal or something.
Right.
Or something cleaner that still satisfies you and still can taste good and fills you up.
Instead of just being like, oh, no carbs, trying to cut that out, it's not going to stick.
It's not going to stick. Yeah, and that's the other thing is some people can get away with it. Most people can't do cold turkey changes. So if they go from having something every day routinely, and then one day they wake up and it's just no more, can't have that anymore. You need to replace that thing with something. I think there's probably only very few people that can eliminate something and be okay with it.
Right.
Yeah. Another thing would be that you develop an action plan for the habit. So what John gets into, and he touches on different things. So when we create a new habit, if we schedule time for that new habit, whether it's a new exercise program, you want to read more books, you want to make more, certain number of phone calls maybe in your business. You need to have an action plan to make that habit work for you. And another way to look at it, and I think John even gets into it, is time blocking. Kind of, we all have very busy lives and very busy schedules. I know I do, I know Ashley does, and most of you do as well. But if we can, very simply, and it only takes minutes, is put it down on a computer, in our calendar on the computer, or handwrite it, and block off some times in the day to make that new habit a reality, or whatever it is that you're trying to make changes on. If there's an hour at night that you know you typically watch TV, but instead you want to do some cool planking exercises, right? For your abs, or you want to, have a Greek yogurt snack or something like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm just coming up with things, but if you can actually write it down and stick to it for a particular amount of time, I think you're much more likely to make that a reality over the long haul. Right? Does that
Right.
make sense?
I think too, you have to know when your best time is. So if you have a time of day, so for me it's morning that I'm most productive, anything that's going to be a new habit, I'm going to schedule in the morning because I know later in the afternoon I get lazy, I get tired.
Sure.
Where some people are night owls. So I think it's that too, is making sure you utilize that magic time as best as possible and use your new habits during that time when you're most clear and productive and energized.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Most business philosophies that I've read since I've come to Critical Bench and I've been exposed to really great entrepreneurs is that the morning time is usually a great time for them to be most productive and get the bulk of their workload done in just like a matter of 2 or 3 hours. They're getting, so I think, if you're going to try to establish a brand new habit, maybe try to focus most of your efforts when you're most fresh, earlier in the day. At least that would work for most people. But some people are night owls and love to do the workouts after work and then don't eat much food early in the day and do most of their eating later in the day. That's just how it works. And then keep it as simple as possible, because we're a country, or we're a world of extremes, right? We don't just try something, we go all in. And rather than, I think, trying to eat the whole apple in one bite, just take a couple of bites at a time. Keep it simple and kind of sell yourself on the notion that change can come slowly, because when you I think build momentum with some small change and you get some mini wins with those new habits, I think it's much easier to, over the course of 6 months to a year to all of a sudden, now it looks like major change.
Right.
Even in the beginning it was small.
Yeah. So, I mean, even from a weight loss perspective, people who decide that they're going on these clean eating diets and working out 7 days a week and all these different things who never even work out or eat clean as it is, it'd be better off to just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to stop drinking soda today and maybe walk 3 times this week.
Right.
So, and then once you conquer that one, like you were saying, then okay, now let's try maybe lifting weights a little bit, or now incorporating more vegetables, because that way your body doesn't feel so shocked and overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So I agree.
I'm the same way. Exactly like she said, because once you've eliminated the soda and replaced it with something else, water or tea or coffee or something, after 3 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is, when the soda thing is a non-issue, you're not even thinking about it anymore, then you implement the next habit, right? And then I think it's much easier then. And then I think you feel those are like mini victories. And then over the course of time, you've completely modified maybe what was 4 or 5 bad habits have become good habits.
Yep.
Well, thank you, and thank you for your perspective, because it's always a little bit different, and I have a tendency to think of things in interesting ways and kind of talk about them too much, too long, and I start to forget what the heck I'm actually talking about. That's just Coach Chris here at Team Critical Bench sharing being honest with you. Extremely simple fat loss. Mr. John Rowley has done it again. It's fantastic. Check the link below, and you will, if it's something that you are looking to do, if you're looking to really zap the fat and do it in a way that's simple and effective, John can provide that for you. So, thank you, Ashley Drummonds, Coach Chris, Team Critical Bench. We'll see you again real soon. Thank you for watching.